What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with the only one,
Gershwin.
and we're back at it to answer more questions in another awesome installment of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. But a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. Emphasis on the question. You can ask us anything. We specialize in Warhammer 40K questions. But if there's something that's scratching at the back of your head and you just want us to answer, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got like a math test and you got a question that needs answered in a week, we got you.
We can help. Stupid Beetle says, I would really like it if the Emperor would just hurry up and become a Chaos God already. It's the biggest will they, won't they in history. So is the Emperor of Mankind becoming a god?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of confirmed in the recent Horus Heresy, Siege of Terra, End of the Death Part 1, 2, and 3 novelizations. The Emperor is the Dark King, a chaos amalgamation that is destined to cause the end of humanity as we know it.
And the Emperor was going to become a god during the Horus Heresy, which is crazy. We talked about it in one of the podcasts, I believe.
Yes, we did.
But it's basically what you're saying. He chose not to because his friends were like, hey, don't.
The power of friendship won.
Yeah.
He was literally going to use all this chaos power to become a god and take out Horus. But at the end of the day, this Dark King, which is like a chaos god to go against chaos gods, was also going to cause, like I said, the ruination of humanity, and he valued humanity over taking care of his son.
And let's talk about that. What if the Emperor became a god? Would it be the same birth as Slaanesh? Because we all know what happened to the Eldar when... Oh, my throat just gave out. What happened to the Eldar when Slaanesh was born? It was a giant eye of terror.
So if the Emperor does apotheosis into a god, yeah, I think something devastating like that will happen. It'd be cool that instead of just a rip in the galaxy, maybe like Psychers go through like a mutation or something like that. Kind of like when Sanguinius died and he had that psychic backlash that caused the Black Rage. It'd be cool if like the Emperor ascending causes like Psychers to become like, I don't know, chaos demons or something along those lines.
Yeah. Now, if Games Workshop wanted to kind of continue on with that story of when a birth of a god is what happens, the galaxy gets ripped. Because we have the Cicatrice Maledictum, we have the Eye of Terror, and we have like other smaller warp storms. What if the Emperor's body, the mortal body, was used as a bomb, kind of like a warp bomb? Send it into, I don't know, High Fleet Kraken or something, and let him become a god, destroying the High Fleet in the process, or at least opening up a warp rift that the warp rift then consumes the tendril or the High Fleet. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I can just imagine just somebody throwing the Emperor's body.
Yeah.
It's just flying through space.
That's some text-to-speech device kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would that ever happen? Probably not.
No. Now, is the Emperor going to achieve godhood in the 42nd millennia, 43rd millennia, whatever, the future of 40K? It's definitely a possibility because, again, in the Horus Heresy, you actually have a demon of the Dark King become reality, Samus. So it almost is prophesized that the Emperor, as much as he's been stopping this ascension to godhood, it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah, like it's knocking on the back door, just waiting for it to come out.
Right. Just like my poop.
There you go. Now, I don't think that that's going to happen in our lifetime, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel that Primarchs are going to be the main focus.
But I mean, ever since Guilliman came out, we've had 4 Primarchs come out already.
Yeah.
It was Guilliman, then Mortarion, and Magnus, and now we got the Lion.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got, 14 left?
Yeah. And that's why I think that, no, I think we're probably not going to see it because it is like a huge advancement of the plot of Warhammer 40K. Games Workshop should milk it for all it's worth, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens because we were wrong about Guilliman coming back. We said that Guilliman was not going to come. No Primarch was going to come back, and then boom, Guilliman showed up.
Yeah. So hopefully I don't get big titty Tau in my lifetime.
True. Next question comes from the big one. What lesson can you guys pass on to your fellow followers after decades of scraping and hustling for a living on those mean streets? I mean, just as much as people say don't buy more minis before you paint the minis that you have, that's a lie. If you want to buy your minis, buy them now, because in 5 years you're going to be double the price.
That's true. The what's it called? The pile of shame.
Yeah.
Is a shame, but at the same time you're going to look back and say, "Wow, I got this when it was 200. Now it's out of stock, and you can only find it on eBay for 500."
So you made a profit.
If you sell it.
Yeah.
Where you can just build it and play and have fun, because there's no price on a good time with your friends.
Yeah, but I've also noticed that, because we have a friend that wants to play Tempestus Scions. I bought a starter set for Tempestus Scions. I think I've used a couple bits from it and stuff. But now he wants to, like, start this army. I can help him out. And you can do the same if you just ignore your partner's wishes of not buying more minis and just buy a box set. And then, in the future, you'll be helping a fellow hobbyist out. And, you have more guys to play with.
There you go.
Or girls. It's mostly guys.
Yeah.
Next question.
This next one is by Rio Henry Bayman. Do you guys still randomly shout "bikes" loudly? Also, what happened to the backyard goop? And who do you hope is the next Primarch to return? And why should it be Vulcan?
All good questions. Do we still randomly shout "bikes"? It's not random. It's usually when the weather's nice and you want to go out there and feel the wind in your hair. And then the backyard goop was motor oil.
It was like motor oil and something else. It can't just be motor oil.
Yeah, it stained my sweater forever. It was my favorite white sweater, too.
It always happens whenever you wear white. Like, there's going to be a way, shape, or form that it gets messed up.
That's why I don't wear white anymore. If you guys look at all of the greater wogs in existence, I think I'm wearing white like twice.
And that was like 13 years ago.
And I got ketchup both times on the thing. But what Primarch do you want returned?
As much as I don't like this guy, Perturabo.
Yeah.
So I hate Perturabo, but we're currently reading Magnus, Lord of Prospero, or Master of Prospero, which you should check out the podcast channel for all the novelization reviews. But yeah, that really made me go from not liking Perturabo to thinking Perturabo is like one of the bros.
One of the best Primarchs. And it's sad that I guess it's funny that we're reading a Magnus book, but we're liking Perturabo more. Yeah, he'd be really cool. A demon Perturabo, so like because the way they describe him in the Great Crusade era is this giant Terminator. No, he even like shadows Terminator.
Yeah,
right?
he's got like Terminator armor on a Primarch, so he's a big hulking behemoth.
Imagine him as a demon Primarch. He's probably like as big as a Gorkanaut or Morkanaut. That would be really badass.
Yeah.
I was going to say Jagatai Khan. I've been watching Shogun, and I know that's Japanese, and Jagatai Khan is based off of the Mongolian Empire. But it's that concept of, like, honor and, like, going out there and being, like, a savage on a bike. That really, like, it would be cool to get a bike Primarch, or a Primarch on bike, and then also... What are the modern bikes called? Ridge Rider?
Outriders?
Oh, Outriders. Outriders suck in the current edition. So bringing a Primarch that specifically targets that would just mean that those bikes then become, hopefully, competitive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if any of these Primarchs come out, like just the storylines that they could do are going to be amazing. Yeah. And then the supplements as well. Like a whole bike squadron detachment or a whole mechanized like list would be pretty cool for Chaos.
Yeah. Now, who will we actually get out? I believe it's more than likely going to be Sanguinius.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Fulgrim.
No.
I'm just going to say Fulgrim because, like, you have Khorne with Angron, you have Mortarion with Nurgle, Zeech with Magnus. Let's complete the Chaos 4-way and add Fulgrim for Slaanesh.
But we know that Games Workshop is scared of putting out Slaanesh anything in 40K.
Yeah.
Because of titties.
Right. And even they're just on one side.
Yeah.
And it's 3 of them.
It's a very like old school concept too. That whole like hermaphrodite and like just having a miniature that's very sexualized. I remember going to the remember the gamer store in like at malls
At the
and
mall,
stuff?
yeah.
And like you would look at different cool dragon statues and all that kind of stuff. But then there was always like that one section where like the cool teenage brothers would shop at, and it was like a half naked chick, and the sculpt looked terrible. Because nowadays you have the what is it, the anime stuff that's like super sexualized. But that's what old Slanesh models remind me of, and I wonder if Games Workshop would continue that. Probably not.
No, they're gonna go a different route. Probably more perfection and like mastery with like sonic weapons than the whole sexualization.
Yeah, I wish they would go to that, but the Warhammer, not fantasy, but what is it? Oh, Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar, they got some pretty cool Slanesh stuff.
Yeah, so if they could model it in that way, that would be kind of cool.
The Keepers of Slanesh look pretty badass. Fiends of Slanesh, like just Age of Sigmar gets all the good Slanesh stuff.
Yeah, give Games Workshop or give Warhammer 40K some good stuff. Games Workshop. But yeah, those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe to this new channel. Tell your friends. Go subscribe to the other ones. Yeah.
That's right. Keep those subscriptions coming, and so will we, as well as those questions. As always, it's been the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.